right, in this video, this is something I think a lot of people have been asking me over the years. Some people I've told you privately through emails. I decided to make a video so anyone can see it, refresh themselves with how to do this, and get it done. Before I get started, this video is sponsored in part by MakeMoneyWithRoderick.com. If you want to learn how to make money that grows every month, every week, even every day, go to Make Money with Roderick. It is something, yes, I created, something I put together so that we as a people can come off the dependency of a job, or we as a people that are struggling with the job not paying enough money. We got another way that we can generate income. All right, that's MakeMoneyWithRoderick.com. That's the sponsor for today's video. All right, so our mission is to connect remote DJs, show hosts, and other stations to our radio stream. This is something, again, a lot of people have asked me about, okay? So there are several solutions. One, you can give them the station stream access, something I do not suggest that you do. Basically what it is you go in and you turn off your stream, and you give those people your login credentials to your streaming server, and they have to connect at the time they're supposed to do their show, and they're supposed to release that stream so that you can get back to broadcasting. Already you can see that this could turn into a problem with someone forgetting to release the encoder, or someone that decides they're going to go a little longer than what they're supposed to. So that option, I do not recommend. The second option is to give them a DJ account. This is perfect, but you do have to set up auto DJ with your streaming server. So if some streaming servers do not come with auto DJ. So this is something that's not going to work for a lot of people. Okay. Plus, if you do the auto DJ, you're going to have to go in there and upload music and kind of put together something so that when the DJ comes and connect, the streaming server will accept them and they can do their show. And then when they're done, it goes back to the auto DJ, and then your station can connect back and take over auto DJ, and it's your station live. That can, in some instances, become problematic. Some people are using it very successful because they have they have intelligent and adult that are connecting to their stream, and they don't have to worry about that. But in this video, we're going to be talking about the third option. That is, give them a remote stream to connect to. Now, what that means is your radio station already has a streaming server that you connect to, that your listeners connect to. Now, the listeners don't know what's going on in the background. So all of this is behind the scenes. So with a remote stream, you can allow your remote host and DJs to connect to the remote stream. The remote stream is not published anywhere. So you won't have the problem of someone trying to use your resources to do their own radio or to do their own show longer than they're supposed to. Because in this scenario, your radio station is not going to give up its own stream. It's just going to listen to the remote stream during the time it's supposed to listen to it for that person's show. And when that time is up, it's going to go back to your regular broadcast software. This gives you, the radio station owner, complete and total control. Now, if that person decides to stay on the remote stream longer than it's supposed to, the only problem it's going to affect is somebody coming behind him or her to do their show. They won't be able to connect because now this idiot is still holding the stream. But your station has gone back to regular programming, so nobody's listening to the idiot holding the stream. And pretty soon they're going to realize, do your time and get off the stream. So this is our host team. All right. Here's 4 people that wants to connect to our station. We got Wendy. Wendy's book. She does reviews. She does Facebook Live from home on Mondays at 8 o'clock. But she wants to go live on our station. We got DJ Runny. He does a live show at a bistro in New York, Monday through Friday at 11 p.m. Then we got Food by Abby. I guess she's a food critic. She already does blog talk radio, but she wants to go live on our station Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12 noon. Then we got Sports with Barry. He has a live call-in show every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and he wants to do his show live on our station. So this is our challenge, okay? And so I call this the remote stream method. It simply goes like this. All of those people are considered the host or the source. They need to be running a PC or Mac, and they need to install an encoder. The encoder will connect to that remote or second stream. Now, that second stream can be as cheap as you can find them, okay? Because the only people using that stream are your host. That encoder is going to connect to that second streaming server, okay? So give them the password and the username for that, no problem. And we're going to be using B.U.T.T or SCcaster in this scenario. And basically all it is your station is going to grab that remote stream during the time that their shows air. Okay. So now we're going to get into setting all of this up. It's not as hard as you think it is. So the first thing we're going to deal with is our host. It does not matter what your host is doing or what they are using, whether it's Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Periscope, which is, I think, Twitter Live, if they're still doing it. Whether they're using OBS, StreamYard, what else? If they're doing Blog Talk Radio, freeconferencecall.com, doesn't matter what they're using. I'm going to suggest using B.U.T.T, and because we're going to do this video using B.U.T.T, simply because it works on both Mac and PC. SCcaster only works on PC, but the whole concept and idea is exactly the same. All right. So you need to find this tool called Broadcast using this tool. That's where the word B.U.T.T comes from. It can be found at sourceforge.net/projects/B.U.T.T. If you put B.U.T.T in your browser, put a period behind the U, the B, the U, the T, and the T, and the last T, so that you can get this link. All right. So when you come over here, you're going to click on this download button. And of course, they want to show you all these advertisements. That's how they make their money. And it looks at what your system is. It knows that this is a Windows system, so it gave me the Windows version. So I'm going to go over here to one of these folders I got going on, and I'm going to place it in a specific place, and I'm going to make a folder. All right. I'm going to stick it in there. So it knows what my computer is, and you can read through this to see everything it does. So we've gotten that. Okay. The other thing you're going to need for your host, and you're not buying this for the host, you're doing this for yourself. You're going to use this one server for everybody. You do not need to buy a server for every host. Okay. I don't know what's going to come up. I'm going to type in here cheap IceCast server. It doesn't matter if it's IceCast. It doesn't matter if it's Shoutcast. It does not matter. Okay. We see $4.95 a month, up to 32. We want more than 32 though. This Aurora. I'll go through this quickly so this video don't be too long. Let's see what their pricing is. Let's go to streaming. Let's look at all of them. All right, so for $3.99 a month, you don't need a lot of listeners. I don't care if it ain't got but 3 listeners. You could do that. I would show you how to set up Shoutcast or Icecast on your Windows machine, but that's too much work. I'll be honest with you. Setting up your browser and all of that, that's just way too much work. So I tell you what, I like their pricing. You know what? I changed my mind. Let me go over here to Stream Licensing. Streamline, I'm sorry. Because they have trial, I can do a trial server. All right. So I'm going to log in. I think I have my login credentials over here. Where I do. So I'm going to log in over here. And I'm going to set up a new server. So I'm going to get order new service. And I want the cheapest one they got. Theirs is $4.99. But I want to do a 5-day trial. Okay. That's the only reason why I'm coming over here. I don't want to go through the process of buying and setting it up and then canceling. So they have Icecast, Evercast, Evercast, Shoutcast. And that Evercast is basically a different type of control panel. Most people they know Centovacast. Okay. So I'll do a Centovacast Icecast. Now I like these people. If you want to use a real cheap, I think they got $2.99. You can't beat that. Okay. They give you a few more gigabytes of monthly bandwidth for a lot less. This trial window, of course, is unlimited bandwidth for 1,000 listeners. You don't even need all of that. The unlimited bandwidth will be great, but you don't need the 1,000 listeners. So let's order this. Okay, they won't let me do it on the Centovacast. So I do it on the Evercast, same thing. Contact place. How did you? Let's say myself. All right, continue. I think they do. I think they do it pretty quick. I'm not sure. All right, so now that it's set up, I had to wait for it to set up. I waited about 15 minutes. So we're going to log into now. I'm in my Streamline. Let's go back over to my services. And this is the premium, but it's the free. It's the trial version. I already have one that's running. I don't want to use that one because that is a station that is running. So I'm going to click on this active. And I'm going to click in log in to control panel. Now they have one for Centovacast, but they use Evercast. All right. Now here, if you want to, you can make your DJs here. And when you make your DJs here, you're going to click on add a DJ and you can actually give them, and see they're broadcasting use desktop standalone, right? You can give them their name and their password if you want to do it that way. So if we go back to our example, we had Wendy. I'll use her. And you don't have to put in the times or anything in, because all you're doing is giving them, you'll see what happens. All you're doing is giving them something they can put into their streaming server encoder that will allow them to connect in. Okay, we put something in like that. That's her password. Okay. Now, because of that, it gives Wendy her own port number and, of course, her own password. Okay. So another one was DJ Runny. So let's add DJ Runny. You know, they can all have the same password. They'll never know it. Or they can all have different passwords. So as you see, the more DJs and the people you add, they're going to get a different port number. Okay. So now that we have DJs added, let's look at this radio part up here. Let's edit it. And this could be whatever the name of your station is. You can call it whatever you want, and you can fill in. I'm just going to call it remote server. That's all I'm going to do. You may not have this options if you're using Centovacast or some other program. Okay. Now I'm going to go down to widgets and links. All right. So if you use the auto DJ, if you have it, go ahead and use it. Throw some music in there. Just let it run. What will happen now is you will give each DJ their own. Everybody will have the same server or host, right? Everybody's going to connect. Even though this is an IceCast server, everyone's going to use the Shoutcast version 1 protocol in their encoder. And of course, everyone will have their own passwords. All right, so let's pull up an encoder. Memorize this and pull up an encoder. We downloaded B.U.T.T, but we didn't install it. So let me do that real quickly. I'm going to install it, run it as administrator to give it administrative rights. Leave everything as is. Boom, boom, boom. This is version, looks like 131. And let's run it. Okay, it's doing a lot of good stuff here. So this is B.U.T.T. And as you can see, I'm not even connected to a server, but you can see as I'm talking, the meters are jumping. This means whatever is coming into the radio or into the computer, this can pick up on it. If it's not picking up on anything, click on the settings right here. Go over to audio. So if we want to change what sound device that we want to get our audio from, then we need to click on settings. By default, it comes up on main, but if you select the audio tab, you will see right here the primary audio device can be selected here. So if I select that, that's what I'm on now. And of course, I got a lot of things going on here because this is my training device. Now, the real question is, now this is recording what's coming into the computer, which is perfect for if I'm a live DJ and I got my turntables or my mixer hooked up to the computer. This is great for that, right? So as you can see, we have the B.U.T. capturing what's coming in from the computer. If all I was going to do was just talk, that would be fine. If I wasn't going to play any music, or if I wasn't going to play any videos or take any callers, this is fine. If I'm a live DJ and I got a turntable set going through a mixer and I have the mixer connected to the computer, this works fine. If I'm a talk show host and I got phone calls coming in, but I have a mixer, an external mixer, and all of that is connected to the mixer and I can control everything from the mixer, this fine, because all this is doing is capturing what's coming in from outside of the computer in. If that's all you're doing, you're great. But if you're doing Blog Talk Radio, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, in fact, if you had Facebook Live audio going into a mixer, this is great. But if you do not have a mixer, then we're going to have to take this to the next level, which is involving Voicemeeter Banana. I won't get into downloading that. There are plenty of videos out here for that. I'm going to move this guy over here to the top, and I'm going to open up Voicemeeter Banana. All right, so this is Voicemeeter Banana, and as you can see, I'm going to rename that host. That's me, okay? And as you can see, it's coming in already because I have my input coming in on channel 1. I can hear myself through the mixer, but if I try to do the playback, then that's what I'm gonna get, and we don't want that. All right. So now we see that we have my vocals coming through on both Voicemeeter and the B.U.T.T. But we want B.U.T.T to not just capture my voice. We want B.U.T.T to capture anything that is played or anything coming through Voicemeeter. So we're going to click on settings, go back to primary audio source, and we want to select either Voicemeeter output or Voicemeeter auxiliary. I'm just going to select output. Okay. So if I go back down here to Voicemeeter, now we see we're jumping on the Voicemeeter, but we're no longer jumping on the B.U.T.T. That's because the B.U.T.T is wanting or looking for a signal to come from Voicemeeter. This Voicemeeter output is actually tied to B1 for every channel. So as soon as I turn B1 on, you're going to see my voice now back into the encoder. So I can control my voice volume going into the encoder from Voicemeeter. Okay. All right. So now we got my voice coming in to Voicemeeter. But let's say I wanted this media player to come into Voicemeeter. If I play it now, it's not going anywhere. Okay. This is where it gets a little complicated, but it's not hard. All right. So I'm going to bring up control panel, or you can bring up settings, and I'm going to click on the sound option. And what I want to tell Windows is, see right now, my Behringer mixer is the default device for playback. I want this Voicemeeter input to be the default. So I'm going to set that. I'm going to set my default device to Voicemeeter input. This is on the playback tab. Click OK. Move this out the way. So now anything I play on the computer or anything I play like YouTube videos, free conference call can be routed in here. But Facebook Live, anything in the browser, if I play something, they're now going to show up here. And I'm gonna name this the PC. I'm just going to name it PC. Basically, it means all the audio is coming from the PC. So even we can't hear nothing, but we see it jumping on the meters here. So if I hit the B1, we can't hear it now, but it's going over into the encoder. Now I've hit A1. Okay. You'll hear it now because A1 is set to go to the main outs of the computer, which is the mixing board. So everything coming in going out on A1 comes to me, but everything on B1 goes over to the encoder. Okay. So now I have control of my volume going to the encoder, and I have control of the music going to the encoder. Okay. Let's pause that. All right, so here's the Facebook Live. Well, it's not Facebook Live, it's Facebook Video. Because Facebook Live is going to play through the browser. And so since we set the default device in Windows of default playback device, we set it to Voicemeeter. Now, that means anything we play in the browser, YouTube videos, YouTube Live, Facebook Live.
Number 4, absinthe. Made with the leaves of wormwood.
We now can get that into our show. Okay. Okay. So we see that if we get sound coming into Voicemeeter, we can get it to the encoder. So how do we get the encoder to connect to the station? All right. And we're still talking through, and there may be a delay. We're still talking through Voicemeeter Banana and coming into our encoder, our butt encoder. So when we click on the settings and we're going to go to main, up at the top, you got what is known as server settings. And I'm going to set it on remote DJ. You can edit those however you want. So my remote DJ, when I click edit, this is where we got to go to make the changes. Let's see. Let's make a new one. I'll just call it remote host. So this is what they would put in. Now, they would actually put in your station name. So let's say my station name is 90.5 FM. So they will put my station name in, okay? We're going to go back to the encoder over here. The wrong browser. Back to this browser. And this is what you're going to give them. Let's say I'm Wendy, okay? So I'm Wendy. You're going to give her server IP. This is cheetah.streamline.com. And that's what they're going to put in for the address for butt. Now, of course, it's on Shoutcast. All right, then the port for Wendy is 4360. So we're going to put in 4360. And then we gave her the password. We put in password 123. Exclamation, okay? That's the password we put in. And we're going to add that. Stream info. The stream info will be the name of your show. So if I'm Wendy, I can't remember what her show was about, but let's say this will be the name of the host. Okay, and they can put in information. They can fill all that out and they click add. So they're going to connect to 90.5 FM remote. Okay, that's the information you're going to get them from that new server that you gave. So we got our audio connected and everything. Now let's see if we can connect. The way you connect, you hit the play button. Yeah, we're not worried about the recording. Automatically, we're streaming live now. Okay. So no matter what comes through butt, it's going to stream live because we are now live streaming. And let's see. Play this on the phone. See if I can pull this up on the phone. No, you don't give out the live stream. You don't give this out to people. Okay. They're not going to give it out. So you on the other end, you the radio station, you know that these are the listings. So you're going to put this link right here. You're going to put that in your broadcast software. Okay. So I'm going to type that into my phone here. See if we're catching it. It's cheetah.streamline.com colon. In this case, we're going to do the HTTPS. So it's 4355 /stream. All right, so it's building up. It says, there it is. /stream. Okay, you hear it. It's about a delay. It's about 30 seconds, 15 seconds, 30-second delay. So I tell my remote people, you need to start, 15 seconds before your time starts. All right. About 30 seconds, 15 seconds, 30-second delay. All right. So now. So I tell my remote people, you need to start. What about this guy? 15 seconds. Let's see what happens. Before your time starts. All right. About 30 seconds, 15 seconds, 30-second delay. All right. So now. So I tell my remote people, you need to start. What about this guy? 15 seconds. See what happens. Your time starts. About 30 seconds, 15 seconds, 30-second delay. All right. So now. Okay, so that's what you're going to be getting on your end of the station. And it's a little cumbersome to set up sometime. But it works once you get everything set up. So again, the host needs to have B.U.T.T. They need to have B.U.T.T. or SC Caster. I'm going to recommend B.U.T.T. because it works with, turn that down over there on my phone. They need to have B.U.T.T. Your host needs to have B.U.T.T. I'm going to recommend that they also do Voicemeeter. And I do have videos on Voicemeeter because, see, as you can see, this can be very long just trying to, because it's multiple pieces all put together. We saw that they can play back something from the web. Okay. They can play back something from Facebook or the web or whatnot, or even from YouTube. We know that. Let's put old Matt right here. Let's put him in. He's talking right now. Let's turn him up and put him on 81 so you can hear it.
You can see I have 6 video podcasts. If I scroll down, there's more. I'm going to show you that.
So basically, with that combination of things, you can broadcast whatever your computer is playing. Very difficult to do with tablets and phones because the apps that are needed are they're not available in every country. Okay. So this is what you do. Watch videos on B.U.T.T, setting it up. Okay. Learn it, master it. Watch videos on Voicemeeter, setting it up. Learn how to master it. Okay. And all you're doing is connecting all of your audio devices into Voicemeeter. Voicemeeter will become your command center. And the encoder connects to Voicemeeter. Show that here. Go to audio settings. It is set on Voicemeeter output. Sorry about that. Okay. So it's getting it from B1. This is B1. If I turn this off, of course, you're going to hear me because you're coming in different, but you see it's no longer going out on the stream. So B1 is Voicemeeter output and B2 is Voicemeeter auxiliary output. Okay. A1 is set to your sound card. Of course, you don't want to put it on your microphone because then you're going to get the delay. But everything else that you're doing, so that you can hear it, it needs to be on A1 and B1. But your voice as the host only needs to be on B1. If you're doing live DJ, you only need to be on B1. Don't be on A1 too. That's going to throw you off while you're doing your DJ. You're doing Blog Talk Radio, same thing. I don't have a Blog Talk account, but Blog Talk comes through the browser. It comes through the computer. So as long as you set Voicemeeter as the default playback device, you're going to be good to go as content creator. And all you're doing is you're connecting to the remote stream that the radio station gave you. Turn this off. You're just connecting to the remote stream they gave you. They're going to give you an address, host, or whatever, a port number, and a password. And when you hit the play button, you're going to see it's going to say it's connecting. As long as that's happening, you are connected. And as long as you see audio going on, you are connected. You are good to go. You're ready to go. And that's all you have to do. Now, the radio station. All right, real quick. Let's memorize all of this. I'm going to let him go on. And I'm going to go start up RadioDJ and set this up in RadioDJ. The same thing is true for Sound Broadcaster. What is it? Radio Boss, Nextcast. As long as those things can play an internet stream, that is the caveat. They must be able to play an internet stream. Okay. So what do you do on your end? Let me choose a different output so I can show you the difference. All right, so let's go in here and select on this one. I only need it on the first one. We're going to do Voicemeeter has 2 inputs. If it shows up, there should be an input and an auxiliary. Interesting. I'll just use that one. So I'm still streaming, okay? I'm still streaming with my microphone, and I got some audio going. So I'm going to bring in RadioDJ playback over here on cable A, I think. Yeah, there it is. So this is what's going on in RadioDJ right now.
Digital platforms. We're giving cash giveaways. So if you need a blessing.
Okay. That's what's playing on RadioDJ. So how do I bring my new host in? All right. If they're all using the same server, you're going to have to give this the same name, unfortunately. I'm not going to make it complicated. So we're going to go to track import. All right. And we need to change the track type to internet stream. Okay. So the track type is internet stream. And we need to go and get that stream. I'm just going to copy that. Click that, and that's going to copy that. It's copied, right? You can type it in if you want to. That is the internet stream. That's the playback from the internet stream. Whatever category you want to put it in, that's fine. But I will tell you this. Over in details, because multiple DJs are using the same stream, you're going to have to use the same name right here for everybody. So the best thing to do is just give it something generic, remote host. Okay. Just remote host. And you can put that in the title. We'll put it in the album. For the title, we'll put live stream. Live audio stream. Okay. If you put an image to it, it needs to be an image that kind of represents everybody. You can't put the individual DJs streaming it. There's a way to do that. If you want me to show you how to use one stream and break it up, let me know. All right. So I'm going to import that in. And I think I put it under radio shows. So there it is right there. That's remote host. I told you I'm already streaming. It's still streaming. That's my voice right there, right? Let me go over here to YouTube and restart Matt, because I know he's about out. So I'm going to start him over. Okay, so this is Matt. I am going to boost his levels.
Here you can see I have 6.
I'm going to turn them off. I'm sorry. Locally, he's B1. I'm sorry. Okay. Got a good level on him. That's good enough right there. All right. So that's Matt. Meters jumping is we're listening to Matthew McDonald. Okay. So now this is my remote host. I'm going to put that in. I don't want to get flagged, so I got to be careful how I do this. So I'm going to play him. I'm just going to hit the plus sign. Now you see right there is live audio stream. Okay. I got him coming in on Voicemeeter too, but I don't have him going to the stream. I only got him going to A1 playback. So I'm going to play
Copy our
him. Just gonna hit the plus
shortcode,
sign.
go into the
Now
edit
you see
view,
right there
paste
is
that in.
live audio
Update
stream.
changes. I'm
Okay.
going to
I got him
refresh
coming
the
in on
page.
Voicemeeter too.
The Joe Rogan
But
Experience.
I don't have him
We
going
now
to the
have
stream. I only
a
got him
video
going to
podcast
A1 playback.
on our website, and here's all the episodes.
Go into the
You can
edit.
jump
See
through
right there?
these different episodes.
Hello.
Now, we're obviously not limited to Joe Rogan. We can create video podcast here. You can see I've got here some marketing
Okay, so as you can see, he's coming in through the station. That was the station we was listening to. Okay. Take that off. So that he was coming in through the station loud and strong. So that was him. He's still coming in on butt. That's him on butt. He's still playing. Okay. This is him.
piece of content to life. It's also a great way of keeping.
So this would be your host coming in. Of course, I'm coming in
So-
over here
If we have a look in here, you can actually see
to let you see that as long as your broadcast software can play the stream,
player here. We
that's how you do it.
more episodes. We can sort
This computer's playback, PC playback, is playing through butt, through here.
Look at that. It looks amazing.
And watch this.
And all of this is included with the
So if I
video
mute it,
podcast player.
About
So how
15,
much fun
30
is
seconds
it
later,
actually
he's
to
going to be
create
off.
one of these, because there's a lot of content here. You might have hours and hours of content in a single video podcast.
Okay, so he went out. All right, you saw where he went out right there. That's because he was muted from the host. The host muted him. So let's unmute him. And he'll be back within 15 to 30 seconds. So I'm kind of doing both on the same machine, so it could look confusing. But I just want to show you as the radio
That
host.
podcast
So
for
he's
you.
back.
Now the podcast.
So you as a radio host, that's how you get the stream. You're just going to load up into your broadcast software the remote stream, give it a name, and you can schedule when you want that to go in and all of that, what time you want to pick it up. So if a person comes on at 5 o'clock, you just schedule this just like you would a pre-recorded show, but it's a live stream. Okay. And then, of course, to kick it out, you need a play command that will play, kick it out. Okay. And that's basically how you would do it. It's a lot, because it's a lot of little pieces that are involved, but it's not that hard to do. Man, I hope I can condense this, but I'll put chapters in here to jump around because this is a lot. All right. Hope this has helped. Let me know in the comments if this has helped.